Dinosaurs in the Catholic Church? Let's talk about that. Hello. It feels so good to finally be back. I haven't been in my lovely office in a while, and you'll notice the lighting's better. It's because I finally got something better than that as light. Big difference, isn't it? So yes, this is going to be a movie review of the movie The Velocipaster. I know it's been a hot minute since I've done a movie review. I always love doing them. I think they're really fun, but they always take so much time. But hey, it's summer now, so I don't have to work on anything school, and I can focus on things that I actually want to do, like diving. Speaking of it being summer, hold on. My dad's gotten me many Hawaiian shirts from Goodwill, and so this is one of them. So, happy summer, guys. So, anyway, I had to find another good bad movie to do a review of, because as we all know, there are some movies that are just boring, that aren't good enough to be bad to make a movie review about, you know? And so I used my age-old technique of I go to IMDb, I find Neil Breen, I click on one of his movies, I scroll down to the related, and then I just swipe until I find something that I think is good. And I stumbled upon this amazing gem, The Velocipaster. Hey guys, before I continue the movie review, we are getting very close to 400 subscribers, and I have noticed that a lot of you who watch my videos aren't subscribed. Change that. Enjoy. Talk about bringing the gospel to gamers? No. This is bringing the priesthood to paleontologists. After watching the movie multiple times through to script and make everything go right, I think that this one review, I think it was on IMDb, or I think it was on IMDb. This one review sums it up perfect. 10 stars, life-changing. This movie cured my cancer and my acne, my asthma is gone, and I don't need my glasses anymore. So I'll let you guys be the judge of that. So, we open with our protagonist, Doug. He's ending a church session.
Is the greatest gift any of us can have.
There are 2 people in this church. I literally think that the 2 extras in the church were his parents that we see out there, because you don't see anyone else in the church. I hardly see any extras throughout this entire movie. I don't know if there were any. So, I have to say, this upcoming scene here is, I think, the funniest thing I've seen in my entire life. This scene is art. Nothing will be more funny than this. Watch.
Mom and Dad!
No. That is the first scene. That's the first scene of the movie. So his parents are dead.
So your parents died, Doug. It's what parents do. They die.
If you couldn't tell. And his mentor, he tries to comfort him. And he does a very good job at it.
Everything happens for a reason. Here, drink some more wine.
They are drinking wine out of chalices. His mentor guy tells Doug to travel, to escape his problems, and go somewhere he thinks that God won't follow, and try to find God there. We get a nice driving montage, as all the names of the people that got the incredible opportunity to have this on their resume flash on the screen. So now we're in China, which is confusing, at least to me, because all we got was a driving montage. But, you know, I'm gonna let it slide on the fact that this is a movie about a pastor that turns into a dinosaur, so. Obviously he went to the woods in China because, you know, obviously God doesn't follow you into the forest. But then we see someone that gets shot by an arrow that wasn't pulled back far enough to even go 10 feet. We see them die in Doug's arms, and they give him what looks like a fossil, and they say Dragon Warrior. Dragon Warrior. And I'm kind of confused here, thinking, do the writers not know the difference between a dinosaur and a dragon? Then he proceeds to cut his hand on the dull end of the rock, fossil, whatever he gets, and starts to do this. then wakes up at the priest house because it was a dream, I guess. But he still went to China. He was having a dream of how the timeline's a mess here, because it's like, oh yeah, he did go to China. He's just having a bad dream about it. But if that happened and he was in the situation where there was someone, like, with a bow and arrow ready to kill him, how did he get home?
Hungry. I need air. I have to get out.
So apparently, like, hungry, you'll see it later in the movie. Hungry is like his trigger word to turn into a dinosaur, basically, or to activate whatever. Bruh, I don't even know. So he says hungry, and he then just proceeds to be like, I need to go outside, and then stumbles all day. The next shot that you see of him is at night. He does this for a full, at least, few hours. How did no one call the police? Do something.
Hungry.
You're a born angel, I know it!
We get introduced, actually, to two new characters. Carol, and she's very prevalent in the story. She'll show up multiple times. She'll kind of be like his sidekick, I guess. And a guy that insists upon being called Frankie Mermaid.
Not to question what I do! Now, what's my name?
Frankie Mermaid.
The Frankie Mermaid guy, seriously has, like, Taserface energy from Guardians of the Galaxy, where his name is so dumb, but he thinks it's cool, so he insists upon people calling him that. Then we get a nice hard cut to Doug. So he leans against a tree, he roars, and walks away. Next scene we get, Carol's out in the dark, she's getting mugged, I think, and then Doug shows up, but this time he's a dinosaur. You know? That Velociraptor puppet almost looks good in strobe lights. So Carol then takes him home because he probably turned back into a human after murdering two guys. And so he wakes up in her bed. And then she shows up and he's like, oh no, I must have slept with woman. I can't do that. I am priest. He starts to panic, and she's like, nah, you didn't sleep with me. You turned into a velociraptor and ate two people. She's like, oh, you know, we can kill the bad guys, because you're turned into a dinosaur, man. So you might at least use it to, like, knock off a few criminals or something like that. And he's like, no, I can't kill people. I'm a priest. And then he runs away. Still in the dress, but then in the next shot, he's back in his, like, priest robe outfit.
What is it that you would like to confess?
Oh, geez, I guess we could cover the last 4 days? Stole candy from this baby. Then I threw the baby in the river, so it couldn't stitch, obviously.
Who was the last that you've slain?
Oh, geez, let me see. Actually, a couple months ago, this old couple, I blew up their car.
We've come full circle. We already found out who killed Doug's parents. And, spoiler alert. Doug actually kills him. And I guess after committing a murder in the confessional, he just leaves. And no one worries about the dead body in the confessional. My biggest question is, what church let them in to film this movie? Frankie Mermaid is dead, and, you know, she's happy, and then he's happy, and we get a raptor montage where they're in the same outfits the whole time, and he's just... I'll just let you see it. Move over every other montage in cinematic history. Velociraptor montage is taking the cake. Alright, so he's doing like weightlifting and martial arts, and I'm thinking, you know, dude, you probably don't need to do that. Like, you're turning into a dinosaur. It's not like you have to, like, beat people up. The dinosaur does that. You don't need to get buffed to turn into a dinosaur, dude. You turn into a dinosaur. And a dinosaur does not need to be very buff to, commit murders, you know? So if this is China, so then we get a hard cut to, an evil, like, Chinese ninja camp. I still don't know what they are. Apparently they're Christian, and I don't know where they... The geography in this movie is so confusing.
Well, sir, we'll have another shipment of coke in tomorrow, prepared exactly as ordered.
So they're drug-dealing Christian ninjas. Moving on. So Old Man Priest sees Doug and Carol talking by the parking meter, and he's like... So he has two books. He has, sorry, no, he has three. He has the Holy Bible, he has All About Dinosaurs, and he has Crime 2. And he, like, hides Crime 2 when the older priest man walks in.
You're reading, I see.
Yes.
I think that priests are allowed to read more books than just the Bible. Hey, any priests out there watching this video, let me know. Are you allowed to read more than just the Bible?
Father Stewart, what if I told you that I was different?
You're not that different. There are plenty of men like that in the church.
No. I mean, really different.
Not that kind of different, man. I turn into a dinosaur. Obviously, Prinks. I combine the word priests and drink. Apparently, priests don't drink anything. They don't drink beer, water, nothing. They only drink wine. And it has to be in one of the chalices.
Nothing is impossible where the Lord is concerned. Leviticus 24:24.
Doug, if you really think there's something inside you can make you change like this, then the church is very clear on the procedure for exorcism.
I don't need an exorcism.
You're hallucinating that you're killing people.
And thine enemies shall be vanquished with righteous and swift justice. Matthew 32:6. I can rid the world of this scum with my bare hands.
He is defending himself, turning into a dinosaur, using Bible verses. And neither of them are real. Both of the Bible verses that he uses to defend himself being a dinosaur, they aren't real. So he literally locks him in the priest room, and it's like, dude, if you want to leave, you can turn into a dinosaur. Just leave.
I had parents once.
Just the most unprovoked. I had parents once.
What would my parents say?
So anyway, we get this flashback after he said, I had parents once. We get a nice flashback of his parents.
You ever find yourself lost in the woods? You can't hear his voice.
What did we say, you know? God can't follow you into the woods. So basically, the older priest left and locked him in there so he could, exorcise him. You know, exorcise the velociraptor out of his system.
Stuart, it's been years.
Not enough, perhaps.
Whoever this is has some wicked eyeliner.
Far.
Wait. I never know. Oh, wait, hold on. I didn't notice this before. Are his ears pointed?
You must be Doug.
Is this man... Is he just a demon? How did he get pointed ear? What? Okay, for the record, they never explained that. Maybe that's why I didn't notice until now. What is he? So we get a flashback about the old priest man, and I think that this is literally just filler. This is... The movie could go on completely without this. We do not need this bit. We do not need his war flashback. But basically, all that happens is they dye his hair blonde. So he's having a conversation with his friend, and he's like, oh, we'll get to the end of the war together. I'll get through this whole thing without taking one shot. And, of course, it's very predictable. His friend immediately gets shot and killed. So his friend dies, and he's like, oh, the only thing getting me through the war without my friend now is my lover. And then she shows up in the forest. This is so funny, I'm so sorry. But she runs, they're so excited to see each other, she runs towards him and steps on a landmine that only apparently kills the person on the landmine, doesn't do any damage to the land or anyone around it, only the person that went on it, and their body evaporates, besides the blood. That just explodes then everywhere. And that's all that you need to know about this backstory here. So he tries to exorcise Doug, and he's like, Doug, what do you feel, man? And he's like, I feel empty. And then he's like, no, I feel hungry.
Hungry!
His hands just turn into a velociraptor again, like nothing part of the rest of his body, just his hands. Introducing the new superhero, Raptor Hands. He just eats you. That's it. He just eats you. So then he runs back to Carol's house and he's just like, I killed people that I like. So then there's just like a 3-minute scene of like, oh, we're having sex, but we can't show it because we don't want the movie to be rated R. Again, another scene that could have definitely just not been in there. So then they wake up, ninjas break in, and like, since when did she know how to fight? But we're gonna look past it, I guess. So then he's fighting ninjas, and one of them he's like, what are you here for? And the ninja says, this.
Who are you working for?
Remember your faith, Father Jones.
And proceeds to either pass out or die. Ah, so Mr. Priestman survived the, Mr. Velociraptor Hands attack.
I
I don't understand. What does drug smuggling have to do with Christianity?
Everything.
I'm not gonna even begin to unpack that. Their master plan, these Christian ninjas' master plan is to get everyone addicted to cocaine, then stop all the cocaine from coming in, and then all of these people who were addicted will switch to Christianity to make them not suffer from withdrawal symptoms.
一放入紐約，成個上晒人，你知唔知道啊？全部跟住我啲料，全部都邊度都唔去得，成班傻佬烏蠅咁樣撲過嚟我呢個乒乒乓，
乒乒乓，
乒乒乓，揾到上帝啊！講俾你聽，全部世界安靜晒，搞掂晒，睇下啦，新世界啊，新世界啊，睇真啲啊，新世界。
So now he's on Doug's side, but it doesn't matter because he's dead. This man survived a landmine and Velociraptor Hands attack, and then is killed with an arrow? Yeah, right. I expect to see Mr. Old Priest in the sequel.
Good thing that ninja told us where the hideout was before he died.
No, he didn't. He didn't tell you where the hideout was. He told you to remember your faith. First off, how did they get there? And, where did he get nunchucks?
You're not the only one who answered the call of God!
Doing the sign of the cross with ninja punching sound effects is, I think, the funniest way of using sound effects ever.
Well, you're not gonna be laughing anymore. I'm gonna be the one laughing. When I kill you!
Oh, and now he has the Force. So then this, Carol's fighting all these guys, and then this guy with a sword shows up. And one of the ninjas is like, go fight her, she's too scary. And then he walks over, and he just... She just stands there, she doesn't even attempt to move, she doesn't attempt to hurt him, dodge the sword. She's like, ah. So my time is cut. So she dies, and oh my gosh, there is so much blood. And then we get him turning into a dinosaur. And this is what it looks like. This might be the saggiest hunchback velociraptor I have seen in my entire life. So apparently, he can take bullets, plural, by the way, but one arrow and he's done.
Do you have any last word? Venus and pasta!
Hey, that's the name of the movie. Then we get the funniest, like, one-liner I've heard in my entire life, and it's this.
Only 6. I think my hand is immune.
Oh, Carol.
Bruh, Carol died. What do you think a hospital will do?
We did it.
Whoa, wait a minute though. Apparently she lived, and the surgeon is smoking in the waiting room. I'm fine. She's fine. So, that's the end of the movie. I really hope you guys enjoyed this movie review. I am not going to enjoy editing it. Hey, editor Ryan, how you feeling right now? Great. Alright, so, what did we learn, from this? I think, what was the moral of the story? Sometimes you need evil to fight evil? No, that couldn't be it. No. Oh, got it. Be careful what you say in a confessional. Because the priest might kill you with his velociraptor.